Barak, Ahaya, Alam, Shalom, planet Earth. Welcome back to TRU-TALK. This reminds me of a chapter and a verse out of the scripture, Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. It says, who oppresses, slay them, and then hold themselves not guilty. And this is talking about the Hebrew people, that those who oppress the Hebrew people will kill them and then would hold themselves not guilty. Now, of course, let the games begin. You know how they play. You know how media play. You know how they like to portray us in the media. You know how they've been portraying us in the media for years. Like the other video I done about the in Chicago about the kids taking over the so-called city, and why it was necessary for them to report on that and how they reported on it. It's because when they can demonize the Negro, as they always have been doing, instead of do, and make it seem like that our kids are just unruly and disrespectful and we just violent, ungodly people that's robbers and stealers and rapists, then when they kill one of us, it's not that big of an uproar. It's not that big of a surprise. It's like, well, they already violent. They already dangerous. So we got every reason to be afraid of them. We got every reason to protect ourselves against them. And we can just say we were scared to death, or we can just say we thought they was breaking in our house or thought they was gonna harm me. And people would believe it because that's the image that the black woman and black man hold, especially in the Western world. But as always, you gotta have a spiritual eye and you gotta know the games they play. Now I'm gonna let this play and I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna point out the games that they play, the narrative they try to paint. Uh, bear with me.
Developing news out of Kansas City, Missouri, where that homeowner who shot a black teenager at his door posted $200,000 bail hours after turning himself in today. Maggie Vespa is there with late details.
Tonight, police say the white homeowner accused of shooting a black Missouri teen who rang his doorbell, now out on bail after turning himself in to police.
We are satisfied with the charges that are brought as charges. Obviously, we want to see it through to a conviction and appropriate sentencing.
24-year-old Andrew Lester faces the possibility of life in prison, charged with first-degree assault and armed criminal action for shooting 16-year-old Ralph YARL in the head and arm after YARL, hoping to pick up his younger brothers Thursday, accidentally went to the wrong home.
Ralph says that he was shot through the screen door at point-blank range, and when he went to the ground, he was shot a second time.
Meanwhile, new details on the homeowner's possible defense. Per a probable cause statement, Andrew Lester telling detectives he was in bed Thursday night when he heard his doorbell ring, adding he picked up his gun and saw a black male approximately 6 feet tall pulling on his exterior.
Now let's stop right there. I noticed the details that they say. He saw a black man. Whoa, you know, that's already strike one. There was a black man at your house? No, a black man was at your door. You seen a black man? Oh, he must have been scared when he seen a black man. And then look what he said, 6 feet tall. This wasn't just no ordinary black man or black male. This was a big black male. So I can imagine this little white man was just afraid to death that he seen a black male 6 foot tall, standing at the door. You see, why do they have to put that in there at 6 foot tall? Because they paint a picture. They trying to paint a narrative. It's almost like the Trayvon case. In the courtroom, they had the pictures of Trayvon and the man that shot Trayvon. And the picture of Trayvon was a dark figure with a hood. Instead of having a picture of the young man, Trayvon, as he was a young man, instead of having a picture of him, they had a dark figure with a hoodie on. And nobody didn't say nothing, but that's how they portrayed Trayvon through the court. That's just this dark figure with a hood on. And now they made a point to say that when he looked out the window, that he saw a black male that was 6 foot tall. As we already know, our skin is already a crime. Just being black is already a strike against us.
Storm door handle. Lester noting he believed someone.
And notice he said he was pulling on the door handle. Now, I'm going to get back to that in a minute.
Was attempting to break in and shot twice, adding he was scared to death, and the two exchanged no words. NBC News has made multiple attempts to reach out to Lester, but so far has been unsuccessful. Ralph's family says he only rang the doorbell and never tried to break in. The family's attorney says that.
Now, notice they said his family said he's only rang the doorbell and did not try to break in. Now, this is the picture they painting is his family said he wasn't trying to break in, instead of saying his family said he was not grabbing on the door or holding on the door. Because if you grabbing and putting and shaking on the doorknob, yes, somebody may think, hey, you trying to break in. But instead of saying that, the family said he just rang the doorbell. He was not shaking on the doorknob. They said, the family said he just rang the doorbell. He wasn't trying to break in. So they leave that space open to have you think that maybe he was shaking on the doorknob. This is the game they play. This is the little subtle things they say and do you gotta catch.
Andrew Lester told Ralph, "Don't come around here," before shooting him. The family says Ralph, wounded, ran for his life.
Now he said, the shooter said, he didn't say nothing. And I just shot. So first of all, if you thinking somebody gonna break in your house, you would say before you shoot what you want or get away from here. But you just shoot. But we know the young man says that the old man said to him, don't come right around here no more. And then shot. And then when he hit the ground, shot him again. And I just want to add on to what they didn't say in this news, but in other news, they said that the young man ran to two neighbors' houses. And some reports said that he didn't get no answer. Other reports said that they ignored him. And by the time he went to the third person's house, bleeding and shot, and I'm pretty sure they might have heard the gunshots, that the homeowner told the young man shot in the head bleeding to get on the ground and spread your arms out. And the young man did it, got on the ground and spread his arm out. And then he proceeded to, I guess, call for help 911. After he seen the young, and this is the mindset of these people. And you know, they gonna have white people marching and holding up signs, I don't care. They all the same. They think the same. They can't fool me. They'll march with you, act like they with you, but if they was on that jury, they'll claim that he's not guilty. Now, white people, they know this wrong, but they don't really care. They think that the young man probably got what he deserved. They'll teach you niggas for knocking on somebody's door, but they'll act like that because they know it wrong. They will march and act like they upset with you, but they're truly not. So I'm not surprised that white people are marching. I don't want you to march with us. This has been our fight. It always has been our fight. You're not in this fight with us. Me and my people in this fight together. Fight is not against you. When you in a fight with somebody, that means the opponent is fighting against you too. No, we the only one that's in this fight. Your little tokens and yelling and marching, it don't help us not one bit. But what was I was gonna say?
Meanwhile, more than 1,500 of his high school classmates rallying around Ralph today, wearing blue, his favorite color, and willing his recovery along.
We support you, Ralph. We want to.
Oh yeah, that's what I want to say. A lot of these white kids are just out there because it's something to do. They say, hey, it's a march, we can look like we doing something. They not really, their heart not into it, trust me. They don't care nothing about this young black man. It's a crowd, it's something to do. Let's go out here and march. And behind jokes, behind closed doors, they making nigga jokes. It's about time, and I'm not trying to start a race riot or look, this is how it's always been. It's just about time for our people to wake up. Yes, I got white friends, I got white people that I love dearly, and I'm pretty sure that I believe that they love me dearly. But I don't put it past them 1 second. There's a horse race. They gonna pick their side. I don't put it past them one bit because it happened too often that when it was time for them to pick the side, I seen what side they picked, no matter how good they've been to me. So yeah, I got white friends, and I believe we can all live together and respect each other. But you respecting me don't mean you like me or love me. You getting along with me don't mean you respect me or see me as equal, get along with me. And that's what we need to understand. I don't care if you love me. I don't care if you like me. Just respect me. And that's all I ask for. But a lot of people, we take just because they respect us and they don't talk bad about us in our face and they quote unquote laugh with us and joke with us and tolerate us, that we think that they actually like us. And y'all need to wake up. The Most High told us that we was among our enemies. Now, if you believe the Most High, do you think he's a liar when he said that? That he would scatter Israel amongst their enemies? No, we are amongst our enemies. And yes, the scripture says that he can cool the heads of our enemies. And for the most part, he have cooled the heads of a lot of white people towards us. But don't get it twisted. Deep down inside, they not with you.
Be there for you. We want to let you know that we stand with you.
Maggie Vespa joining me now. Maggie, what do we know about Ralph's condition, his recovery, and the next steps in this case?
Yeah, Lester, the next step is basically this homeowner's arraignment. It's scheduled for tomorrow at 1:30 local time. In the meantime, Ralph YARL is recovering at home from his injuries. He's suffering from a cracked skull and a traumatic brain injury. We're told his speech is impaired and his family is hopeful for a full recovery, but they add nothing is certain. Lester?
Maggie, thank you. Is that
And what was his crime? For being black and ringing the doorbell? I often look at compliments of things that happen, when a young black man get gunned down by the police and he gets shot in the back and he didn't have a gun, they just shot him for no reason. First thing that the white folks say is, why did he run? If he was guilty, if he was innocent, if he wasn't doing nothing, why did he run? When are these people gonna learn? Stop running from the police, just comply. They don't think about that the police just took a life for nothing. They don't consider that. They don't ask the police, why did you shot him in the back when he was running? Why did you shoot an unarmed man? No, they don't ask that. They just want to know, why was the nigga running? Why didn't he comply? This is how they think. They always got to put the blame on you. It's your fault. Like I said, not complying is not a death sentence. And if you can bet people are going to run from the police because they don't want to be in jail. And a lot of people don't understand why Negroes run, because y'all not Negroes. Have you ever been pulled over by the police late at night and had your money stolen? Have you ever had weed planted on you? Have you ever been body slammed and tased and they said you assaulted them and you didn't touch them? Nah, but I don't expect for them to understand. They'll never understand. That's not my issue. My issue is when Negroes are surprised and say, it's 2003. How did this keep happening? I mean, it's not 2003, but they were saying that in 2003, it's 2003. Now that it's 2023, they're saying it's 2023. How can this keep happening? Because it has been happening. Is this going to continue to happen? Ladies and gentlemen, love people, treat people the way you want to be treated. But when are we going to wake up and realize that these people, they don't care nothing about us? It shows daily. It's not just a few of them or some of them. It's most of them. And the ones that are not like them, and push come to shove, whose side you think they gonna pick? Because they already feel a certain way about you anyway. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Till next time, Shalom.